Hello, my Maple Leaf fans. Welcome to the pregame show before the Leafs take on the Vancouver Canucks at 7. I'm now going to take you live to the pregame show. Enjoy.
This is a cluster.
So you got bragging rights on Osterley there, or was it like going up against him?
Yeah, it was fun. I went out for dinner the night before and caught up a bit, and it was good to play against him.
How much does a win like that do for the team?
Yeah, that was a big one for us. Obviously, last couple games, losing the lead, but we were playing good hockey, and we kind of proved it in Calgary. Shut it down in the third, and had a really good third period.
Sheldon said he liked your game last night. Where do you feel your game's at right now?
Yeah, no, I feel good. Last night I felt better. The whole team felt better. We played a good, hard 60-minute game and got a nice win.
Why do you think the goals haven't been able to come for you like you're used to?
I don't know. Just keep working hard, keep getting to the net, and eventually they'll come.
Have you felt like you've been grabbing the stick tight, or you've been feeling it at all?
Yeah, probably a little bit. Yeah. Just got to try and go to the net, get a greasy one, and work from there.
What do you like about you, John, and William when you've been at your best this season?
Yeah, no, I love playing with them. John's a workhorse. And Willie just does his thing, and we kind of feed off of him, and our chemistry kind of slowly gotten a lot better, and I feel good.
Sheldon had mentioned that early in games maybe it's been a bit inconsistent for you, and that was before the Edmonton game. Like, what's the key for you to get going in a game?
I guess have a good start.
It's like physically, like, do you like to get engaged? Some guys like to get a hit early on, like their first shift or something. Is that something important to you, or like that can establish you in a game?
No, just go out there and work hard and try and get to the game as much as you can.
What stood out about Austin's game last night?
Pardon?
What stood out about Austin's game last night?
Everything. He was awesome. Obviously he had 3 goals, but some working goals, some good forechecks, and great defensively.
On pace for 71. It's a crazy pace. Like, do you think he can sustain this?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we'll see shortly.
Yeah. What gives you that confidence based on what you've seen this half season?
Just him away from the puck. The defensive first. Obviously the goals will come, but he's a 200-foot player that scores like that is special.
Who should have been like that dude for the group?
Every 2 points is critical. but obviously, we've obviously had some great opportunities in a few games prior that we didn't finish the deal. So, just wanted to do whatever was necessary. Do whatever was necessary to get the job done. So, we had to battle back from a slow start, get ourselves going. Obviously, Matty had a great night, and the team and the group just got better as the night went on. So, Jonesy was solid, and really good third period. So, good 2 points.
What do you make of the record your video coaches have with coaches' challenges? It seems pretty remarkable.
Yeah, they do a hell of a job. I mean, all the work behind the scenes. There's a lot that goes into those calls, and also just the preparation they do on a daily basis for us as players. Obviously, with the coaching staff, have us as best prepared as we can be with everything that's needed, and those are difficult decisions, difficult calls, critical points of the game. Obviously, their record speaks for itself.
John, just when you had that many leads kind of melt away in that short a time, does doubt start to creep in a game like that where you're trying to hold the lead in the 5th straight?
Well, you can let it creep in, or you can just focus on what's in front of you and controlling what you can control. And I think the group does a really good job of that. I think there's a lot of belief of success that we've had over the years throughout this season, and just the nature of a long year and different things you face, adversity and whatnot. And you just try to stay the course and rise to the challenge when it's there, respond as needed. So. We would have loved to finish the deal, obviously, games prior. that all we have was what in front of us there in the third period, and just to keep playing, keep competing, and do a good job. And you can see our game got better as the night went on. So obviously a really good sign.
We're halfway through the year. Austin's on pace for 71 goals. Like, how sustainable do you think it is what he's doing this season?
Yeah, it's hard to hard to believe, really, but when you see it every single day, not just the skill set and the talent, but the work ethic, the drive, it's really special. To play with him and to have him, be such a driving force for us and to do what he's doing, because how much he gets game planned against and teams focus on him. So his ability to find different ways to score and be that consistent and to continue to elevate and do what he's doing is pretty remarkable. So I wouldn't put anything past him, though.
What did you make of Mitch's celebration on the power play goal?
Yeah, I was kind of in an awkward spot there. I was just kind of waiting for those two guys to get up. But, just great atmosphere in the game last night, and obviously wasn't the best start for us. So, get an opportunity like that, score a big goal. You love to see that, and that's what Mitchie brings, is that emotion, that passion, the energy that he has. Is a big part of our team, and that type of enthusiasm that he has obviously trickles through the group.
You must feel like there's like a force field around the net for you right now with some of the chances that haven't been going in. Like, you hear guys talk about confidence and how it can be fickle. Like, do you ever deal with that? You always seem very even keel with us, like so processed. Like, do you ever deal with confidence issues?
Well, I'm human too, so there's emotions you feel throughout the game, but I think those are things that I've learned throughout my career, and just refocusing and sticking with your habits, and I talk about process and how you go about your business. So I believe confidence is a choice. So obviously I think I've established myself well in the league, and knowing the success that I've had in the past, obviously a lot of belief in myself. So but in saying that, you got to go out there and prove it every single day. Can't take any opportunity for granted. So just go out there and keep playing and help the team in every area. Those chances will come, and it'll go in.
In terms of the number of power play opportunities you guys have had, you're near the bottom of the league. Do you have any theories as to why that is?
I would love to know too. So, but just keep working and put the opponent under pressure and stress where they have to defend us, and eventually you break them down. To eliminate chances to have to take penalties. So. All we can do, like I say, is control what we control. We try to, I think coming in this year, we try to put a lot of emphasis on not focusing on a lot of those things and just putting our energy in the right areas. Some calls go your way, some don't. The referee's got a tough job. But we'll just keep playing, and then when those chances come, we want to be ready.
Willie mentioned it last night, though. Is it a bit of a source of frustration in this room that you're not getting more chances on the power play?
Honestly, I think we're just trying to play. Yeah. You have the conversations when you feel appropriate, and try to understand stuff that doesn't get called or what gets called and whatnot. And obviously getting into the second half of the year now, playoff races heating up and all those sorts of things. Obviously the refs don't want to be the ones deciding games, and I think there's a lot of respect for that and how they set the standard and whatnot. So just go out there, play and compete, and earn your calls.
Mario, what did that win last night mean to the group?
Yeah, I think it was big. I think we're happy with the way we played, and we've had a couple games like that recently where we put forth a good effort but not been able to close it out. So, to get that win, to be able to close it out in the third, felt good.
Wins are only worth 2 points, but can somebody be worth more in emotion or releasing the temperature a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. As much as you feel good about the process and how the team's playing, if you don't get the wins, that does start to build up a little bit. And as a group, I thought we did a good job sticking together, keeping the focus, and ultimately closing that one out. Felt a little extra sweet, and the points are nice, but I think it's good for us going forward.
What stood out about Austin's game last night?
He's just kind of out there doing his thing. I think every night he does something special. When he's able to put in a few and a very important game for us, and when it's a close margin, the importance of his performance is obviously pretty obvious, and we're lucky to have him.
We're halfway through the year. He's on pace for 71 goals. Like, how sustainable do you think this is for him?
I don't know. I think the way that he plays, it's extremely sustainable. Obviously, to get to that number, a lot has go your way. But I think he's just focused on the process and playing his game and, you know, putting in the time. He works extremely hard and he gets rewarded. And he's got good line mates and, you know, he's opportunistic. So, again, we're just lucky to have him, and he's doing his thing. And when he's playing that way, it's a good sign for our team.
You guys are towards the bottom of the league in terms of power play opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any theories as to why you haven't been on the power play more?
No. I think, you know, that's an area that our group can improve on just by putting more stress on our opposition in the offensive zone. But, you know, I don't think we're too worried about it as a group on the power play. We want to be extremely prepared, so when those opportunities come, we're able to execute. But in terms of why we're not getting as many, I'm not sure. But, you know, as a team, we want to continue to work hard and put stress on our opposition and, you know, try to create more of those opportunities.
Does William owe you anything for getting you a penalty this year?
Oh, yeah. No, I was happy to go to the box. I didn't want that goose egg on there any longer.
No?
Yeah, no.
Not a source of pride?
No.
Okay.
Do you want the Lady Bing? Would you like that?
No comment.
Morgan, we were talking to TJ after the game last night, and he was talking about how he was dealing with some confidence issues this year. Like, it can be tough. Like, as a partner being around him, like, what can you do to kind of help him get through some of that?
I think we all go through that at certain points over the course of a season. You know, it's a grind, and you go through a period of time where your body's, you know, hurting a little bit, and you know, you have to push through. You go through periods of time where mentally you're in a battle, and you try to push through, and you know, you want your teammates to be there for you. So I think that's really all it is. I think that we got a closed group, so you know, if there's anybody that might be battling something like that, you know, I think we have a great mix of guys who can be supportive. So hopefully he feels that, and certainly as his partner, I want to be there for him. And we talk all the time, so you know, it's nice to lean on one another off the ice as well.
And John's going through a bit of a drought right now. He never seems like he gets any sort of off kilter, but he did tell us, you know, I am human. You know, like, you know, do you notice anything? Like, do you ever see him get flapped or whatever? Do you?
I don't know. You know, I know that he's been working extremely hard. And as a teammate of his, you don't notice anything different. You know, he comes to work and he puts in the time. He's, you know, extremely committed, extremely focused, and I mean, on one hand, no, he's always pretty much dialed in, but you know, at the same time, he's just one of the guys. So I mean, like, you do experience that part of him, and you know, we're grateful for that, and we just want to support everybody. You know, whether it's him, myself, Broads, Austin, you know, whoever it might be. You know, we want to be a group here that can support one another and ultimately come together when it's important.
Are you hearing a lot of good things from family and friends about the Canucks this year?
No, I've cut those people out of my life.
Okay.
KFC's $10 meal for two. 2 pieces of original recipe, get 2. Popcorn chicken, make it 2. And fries, get 2, too. The $10 meal for 2, a finger-licking good deal. Only at KFC.
Temperature's been turned down a little bit after yesterday's win.
Temperature is turned down just because we've left Alberta and come to British Columbia.
So you had Bertuzzi kind of bouncing around a bit. Bertuzzi, why do you like him on that tour? Why do you have him back with Tavares and United there?
I just think he's done a good job there most of the season. You know, when those guys have been together, they've been a really good line for us, so they've been at their best. And I thought when I put Bert in that spot yesterday that he did a really good job for us, and it's a good fit. You know, Willie really likes playing with him. So yeah, that's really it. Just kind of falls into place nicely.
So Austin, another hat trick. He's on pace for 70 goals. The guys in there were just telling us they think it's extremely sustainable what he's doing. Like, how sustainable is this sort of production from a guy? Because we don't see like 70 in a season. It's kind of crazy.
Well, I think, as I said before, I don't think you could ever put any sort of limitations on someone like Austin. You know, with the ability and the drive that he has. Yeah, it's fun to watch. Obviously, it's It's an integral piece of our team. And last night, you know, he scores in some different ways. You know, one-timer, backhand, wrist shot. And that's kind of what he does and what he's capable of and why he's so difficult to stop, because he can score in so many different ways. Yet at the same time, I also thought he was dominant on the puck. His puck battles, his defending, his checking, and you need the goals to get a lead. You need goals in our case last night to get control of the game back. But you know, when he's checking and defending like that, he's winning most of his shifts, and that sets our team up for success. So yeah, the combination of two things are a big reason why a player of that caliber can lead us to winning. But we had a lot of good efforts from a lot of good people yesterday, especially as we got through the first period. We got better as the game went along, and really liked a lot of the contributions that we got from guys. Some of it showed up on the score sheet, but a lot of it showed back up on the video when we watched it back.
Why do you think it's only one game? But I mean, in terms of guys you can rely on, you protected a lead, and you played well protecting a lead. It looked like. How much does one game like that help in that regard? That question.
I think it helps. You know, helps a lot. You know, there's been a lot of focus on our third periods. You know, of late here in the last week. So you know, going into the third again last night, which you really wouldn't want it any other way, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think you'd want to say, you know what, let's try trailing in the third period. See, I mean, you want to be in control, so you want another chance to go at it and get it right. You know, I think the guys are motivated to do that, and I think, you know, as our watching it back last night and today, as our friends at TSN reminded us, you know, we hadn't lost in the third period up until the last few weeks in last few games in regulation. So there's still lots of reason to be confident there, but you want to shake that. And then in terms of, you know, finding some guys that we could rely on, I mean, you know, they're there. It's just a matter of getting the mix right. And you know, obviously I changed some things in terms of how we approached it. Moved Yarncroc around a lot more. I think he's certainly one of those guys that you know what you're going to get every time out. And I just thought, if you go back and were to watch the first three shifts of the third period and how we came out and attacked and worked and got on the attack, we lost the opening face-off of the period, didn't spend much time on our end, and Mitch Marner sprints the entire rink to go down the ice and apply pressure and creates a turnover and gets Calgary on their heels. That really kind of lasts the first three shifts of the third period. That's sort of the mentality you want to have as a team. And, you know, we got a break with the challenge coming back our way. Yet, as a coach, you want to coach the process as well as you can. You know, and you know, I thought we did a lot of really good things. Despite having the lead, had a significant advantage in the quality of scoring chances. After the challenge, when the goal came back, we never gave up another scoring chance the rest of the period. So it's a lot of things that you like. But just like when it didn't go well and you have to rinse it and move on, we got a whole new challenge tomorrow afternoon here. And you know, we're going to have to take what we've been through, you know, the good and the bad, and regroup and be ready for, you know, top team in the NHL.
In terms of guys you can rely upon, why do you think Morgan hasn't had a dip all season?
Well, I think he's a very good player. He's been through a lot here. You know, I think he's had a tremendous season. I think to say he hasn't had a dip, you know, I think, you know, all the players over the course of the season are going to have, or a game even, are going to have dips. But he's bounced back so quickly that you haven't quite noticed it. And I think that's what I like about it. He hasn't let it snowball. He's taken on a ton of minutes for us, and has remained healthy and has been consistent in his effort. And he's just been even keeled. When things are going great or poorly, he's the same guy, and that does a lot for his own game and for our team as one of our leaders.
What can Ryan Reeves do to get into the lineup at this point?
Just keep working, stay ready. It's that's a big part of it. He's coming, he's working his way through an injury as well to really get back to show. It's hard to figure when's the right time to test him in a game. But we've been trying to look at different things and look at different people. Obviously, Holmberg coming in, McMahon coming in. These are guys that haven't, with Revo, we have a pretty good sense of who he is and what he can bring to our team. We've got some questions with these young guys. I mean, 3 out of our 4 left wingers are first-year players, essentially, here with Holmberg and McMahon and Nyes. And then even if Robertson you want to put in there's 4 guys. So we've got some questions. Like, what do we have in these guys? How do they fit in? How do we make them work with our group and give them opportunities to grow their game? And that's hard to do if you're moving them in and out of the lineup. So with Holmberg in particular here, the first question was, can he play wing? He hadn't played much wing at all. And then it's, can he play with good players, or does he just have to, is he going to be a guy to play lower in the lineup? So these are the kind of things that you're trying to find out. And, some guys are going to get lost in that shuffle. And Robertson is one right now, Revo's another. That's kind of lost in that shuffle, but we know who these guys are. We have discussions every day about it's time to get them back in, and we're going to move some things around for them. We had that discussion today, and we looked at it, and the McMahon, Gregor, and Kampf line, those 3 guys, maybe the best game they've had as a trio came against Vancouver last time we played them. And that was early on when we put that group together. And, for that reason, you don't want to really mess with that. You think that it can bring some value against a very quick and competitive and physical team like Vancouver, and how they're deep and there's no shifts off, so we like that line. So those guys, and my message to Robertson too is just, you got to stay ready. That's just the reality of it. There's not a lot that they can do at this point while not playing. It's more what's happening around them, and for some players it doesn't meet their timelines. But I have these discussions every single day, sometimes multiple times a day with Tree, in terms of how we manage our lineup and our roster, and try to make the decisions every single day that are the best for the team on that particular night, but also looking a little bit bigger picture.